Welcome to the Everyday Black Men Podcast, a podcast for black male thoughts. I am Riker, and I'm joined by R. Reed and Armstead. Follow us on Twitter at EVYD. Follow us on Instagram at Everyday Black Men and Facebook on the Everyday Black Men Facebook page. This is going to be a gaming podcast for like the first 10 minutes, America. And then after that, we'll go into it. So if not, just go ahead and skip ahead. Armstead, you were saying something about that Monster Hunter. I know I'm cutting in straight into a podcast.
God damn it.
Talking about Monster Hunter.
Right into it.
I'm going to cut in straight up.
E3 was last week.
It was last week, and a lot of people are mad about different things. And to be honest, I don't care why you're mad about E3.
I'll sum it up whenever we're done.
Okay.
Yeah, I only saw just a little bit of it. Y'all gonna have to recap me on that.
I can do it real quick.
All right, go ahead. Go ahead, Ari.
So, Bethesda announced some games. They're probably going to be glitchy, but people will still buy.
Fallout 76.
Fallout 76. If you want to talk about that one in particular, nuclear winter. They're, what is it called?
No, I'm talking about glitches.
I mean,
because that game, Anthem literally saved Fallout 76 because niggas was going in on it, and then Anthem came out and just showed people that
Anthem had some stuff there. Nobody cared. Star Wars game, no one cared. It looked basic. I'm sorry.
It looked like it's 2008 again?
I saw that Avengers game. That shit looked trash.
It looked like absolute ass.
Trash. But then no one said it. And what else?
No. People like us were saying it.
Xbox announced their console the same way they announced their console last year. It's coming. No new anything on it. Sony didn't show up.
Because Sony was like, fuck y'all niggas. We'll see y'all PlayStation.
Nintendo delayed Animal Crossing.
Why?
I don't know. People love that game. I just don't get it.
The thing about it is y'all announced the new Zelda, which is like, yay, great. But Animal Crossing, that's one of the few games that would make me get a Switch because that used to be fun. It's basically Sims, but for niggas that don't want to sit around and watch their Sim do shit.
Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
I remember Animal Crossing.
Animal Crossing, it's basically just the Sims.
It'd be better with the internet. Like we used to try to play it, but it wasn't the same because you used to bring your memory card over.
Exactly. Then you bring your memory card over. That's always weird.
Damn, I left my memory card at the house. I got to go back, get on my bike.
Yeah, that's how long it's been since we played Animal Crossing. Goddamn GameCube.
Long time ago.
Long time.
What else? Sony wasn't there, but Shimu's coming, apparently.
Oh, thank God.
Shimu 3.
Wait, Xbox though, right?
Nah, it's only on PlayStation and PC. Oh,
correct.
Yeah. Which made people mad because Gearbox, not Gearbox, what's the name of that company? Unreal company? What's the name of their platform? Can't think of the name of their platform.
I can't think of it either.
Whatever, but their platform has Shimu exclusive, which a lot
not
of people...
Steam.
Nah, not Steam.
Is it Epic's one?
Epic's one. Epic's Game Store, whatever the name of it.
Oh, the one that everybody hates.
Yeah, Shimu's going to be in there, and that pissed off some backers. Supposedly.
Why do people not realize that Epic's gonna keep doing this shit because it keeps making them money? Y'all always talk about I would never buy from Epic Store, but some of you is doing it, and you can be mad at Epic all you want, but if you had big dick energy, you'd be out there throwing money around and getting these hoes pregnant.
Y'all the one gave them $20 billion for Fortnite.
Exactly. So until y'all niggas stop playing Fortnite, which you really won't.
Paragon, we miss you.
Paragon, we miss you.
Peace, Paragon. You was the truest.
God damn, I'm gonna keep talking about it.
I'm gonna talk about Paragon the way old niggas talk about.
I saw Paragon. I was like,
you got videos too?
I mean, I teared up.
Yeah, I got
22 gigabytes of videos.
I teared up, man.
I ain't mad about that, man. I still got pictures. I be thinking about that game all the time, dog.
Anyway, and that was E3. Nothing really exciting. Oh, Keanu Reeves is gonna be in
Cyberpunk 2077.
And that game looked boring to me. I'm sorry.
I mean, Cyberpunk seems good.
Is it me or does it kind of remind me of like a Deus Ex?
It does. It does look very much like Deus Ex. The thing I think about it that is going to be interesting is the fact that they got in trouble with the trans community and that became like a whole thing. It's like over an ad.
Funny moment. Gears of War got announced, and this
doing
guy
Terminator thing now, right?
This guy was talking about it. He was doing a panel, and they was just like, "What's the sexual identification of the main character?" It's like a female, right? Mm-hmm. And the dude said, what the fuck are you talking about? It was the funniest moment. If you go look at it, I was just like, he said, what? I'm making games.
Nigga, we making games. Nigga, they're in the middle of a live or die crisis.
What the fuck does that matter? Like that, I was just like,
let's put it like this. She's whatever it is that you want, but the opposite. And let's keep it moving, Pepper.
I like that. Yeah, because I don't think games.
I mean, unless the game's about sex.
I mean, I don't think it ever mattered. Who cares? What is Mario? No one ever really figured out if Mario and Peach are together.
Yeah, or Peach was really giving it to Bowser, which is what I think.
Okay, see, yeah, we got room. Like no one.
I don't think nobody get kidnapped
matter
that many times. But
like
you're right.
Luigi,
Don't matter.
Everyone thinks he's gay. But look,
I mean, Luigi ain't never tried to go at Daisy ever.
But yeah, that was E3. It wasn't really that exciting. We were just waiting on the price of the new consoles. Rumored as high as $499, as low as $399. And I think Xbox is going to do multiple SKUs.
I think Xbox has to do multiple SKUs. I think part of their whole pitch now is just to make a cheaper version that people who are casual gamers will buy, and then make a more exclusive hardcore version.
Oh yeah, and the Xbox, whatever they call it, Game Pass came to
But
PC.
Supposedly they had kids. No, Baby Mario and.
No, that was just Baby Mario.
No, it's just Mario as a baby.
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, they was fucking around. The only one who we know had kids was Bowser, because Bowser got like 9 of them bitches.
That wasn't Bowser. That was Koopa, and then Koopa
that
was
was
Bowser.
I'm sorry, you're
Ain't
right.
that weird? Because no one talks about Koopa anymore. Was Koopa defeated? And then you remember Bowser was on the SNES version, and all the other kids were on there.
Correct.
I want to know the Mario storyline. That might be something I look at. Because
I'm sure somebody got a video.
Koopa, King Koopa, and Bowser, but they changed King Koopa to Bowser, didn't they? Or Koopa?
Yeah, they changed King Koopa to Bowser like immediately after, so that's why like
It's
we getting
confusing.
that Mandela effect. We were like, yeah, Bowser had all them kids. No,
Yeah,
those were
you're
Koopa.
right.
Those were Koopa's kids.
Those are Koopa kids. Yeah, he had sisters, brothers. They was on TV show and everything.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah,
Shit.
King Koopa, and then you had Bowser. Like I don't know the storyline, so I'm assuming King Koopa died or Mario defeated him.
But only him, because Bowser keep coming back.
I mean, maybe Bowser's tougher than him.
Maybe Bowser's that
Then
nigga.
Bowser, what was you remember Bowser for a little while? Oh yeah, and Banjo Kazooie is gonna be on Smash,
Oh, that's
On Smash.
interesting.
Super Smash Brothers. It's weird because Microsoft actually owns Banjo Kazooie.
Well, it's not necessarily that weird, because remember Square Enix owns Cloud, but he's on there.
It's weird because it's Microsoft and they're
Oh.
also a console maker.
Yeah, but they're going to be
And
doing
software
all of
publisher.
Nintendo's new online things, because Nintendo's online
It's
store and
trash.
everything is absolute
They
shit.
said they're gonna do it.
Yeah,
they're
they're
gonna-
doing all the infrastructure. That's why people are getting kind of hyped for this next generation, because it looks like Microsoft and Sony are willing to work together. Microsoft is going to be revolutionizing the Nintendo Switch online features, which if they can figure out how to get them to have correct online multiplayer, to have real friends lists, and get them some real apps,
That's not that
that's
hard.
a win for
That's been
everybody.
around since PS2.
I mean, yeah, but
just don't wanna
Nintendo
do
is
it.
trash at it. Nintendo's been trash at it every generation ever.
And Google announced Stadia.
Stadia.
Oh, it's a streaming console. So pretty much all you need is a controller. I think it supports PS4 and Xbox controllers, doesn't it? Or no?
Yeah,
It
no,
does?
it does.
So somehow you get a dongle, you connect it to your TV,
Yeah, you get a dongle, then you connect that dongle to like
and
another
then you
dongle.
can stream games.
Yeah. It's going to be great for all those people who live like in San Francisco, where you can get pretty much
Correct.
gigabyte down and up everywhere that you go.
And no data caps. You better have no data caps.
Yeah, you better have none. Because even with the Comcast 1 gigabyte thing, they got that terabyte cap, so you're going to hit that real quick.
Yeah.
If you're doing a gig
But
up,
if
gig
you're
down.
a casual gamer, it works, but it's kind of expensive in my opinion. I think you pay a monthly fee and plus the game.
Yeah, you better off with that Microsoft Game Pass, as much as it pains me to say that, because at least you get all of the
PlayStation Now is
Xbox
better.
games plus the PC games. So you can kind of
PlayStation now has a price issue.
Yeah,
who?
PlayStation Now. If they were to
They're
roll
streaming
PlayStation Now
console.
into the PlayStation Plus thing, kind of like what Microsoft did
And
with the
pay
Game
a
Pass.
little bit more.
Yeah, just charge a little bit more for it, and
I
just
think
give
shit's
everybody
like
that.
$14 a month, right?
Yeah, it's like
For the
$14
Game Pass plus
No,
Xbox
it's-
Live.
Well, you get Xbox Live plus the Game Pass for $15.
That just reminds me. Is that a piece?
I mean, I know it's expensive, but when you think about it, you'll never have an excuse to be like, I don't have no games, because
Yeah,
you're gonna
'cause
have
you get 100
you're gonna have like
games
100
on it.
games every single month that you
That's
can
why I've
play.
been thinking about getting an Xbox.
Or you can play it on PC. That's the again now like the $15
Supposedly
is
you can
justified.
pay anywhere. That's
Yeah.
the new thing because
You
they
gonna pay
say
anywhere?
Yeah, they're trying to make it to where you can play Xbox games on your phone, on your tablet, on your Windows tablet, on your Windows computer.
and the Halo collection is on there.
Yeah, and they're starting out with the Halo collection on there. So, a lot of people are going to go back and play it because they're trying to get ready for the 2020
Oh yeah, they showed
Halo 5.
They showed another Halo 5 thing. But yeah, I mean, be honest with you, E3, they didn't show much gameplay. It's trailers, CGI.
CGI.
And Sony, at first I was like, why did they skip it? But I think they'll be there next year.
Yeah, I think it'll be
Because
there
they're
next
announcing the consoles.
year. Yeah, they are. But starting back to what we were talking about, that Monster Hunter shit, you had some on that Armstead.
Well, supposedly they got 2 new monsters. The Tiger Rex. Everybody remember that. And some a new brute wavering.
I think they got more than 2 months, if I'm not mistaken. I think
It might
they
be
got
two,
like-
like epic
It's
boss
they show.
monsters.
2 that I've seen.
Okay.
It's 2 that I've seen. And there's also something you can ride on now.
Yeah, they said it feels like more of a sequel than an actual expansion, which it is.
Yeah, it seems like some.
So
like,
they're doing the opposite of Anthem.
something like that. It's something that just like a little
No one's following Anthem.
thing that you can ride on now. They actually take you around and show you where the monsters are faster. So that's good. And then instead of like having to jump on the monsters and then luckily you attach to them, now they have something set up where you can actually shoot something at it and lock and latch onto it that way. So they added a bunch of extra mechanics, and they actually some extra stuff for the hammers too. You know how when we used to roll down the hill and do a flip on the hammer?
Yeah.
They have something to add it onto that too.
I haven't watched the gameplay of it yet.
I seen it a little bit. It's actually
Well, I'm probably gonna
I'm
buy the
anticipating.
experience only
You know
because
we gonna get it.
And they have a hot
because I
spring.
know y'all gonna play it, and I know if y'all play it, then like 2 other people play, and then eventually it's like 6 of us playing Monster Hunter all over again.
Yeah, we need 8.
Because that was a good 3 months. Like I do not regret that purchase at all.
I love Monster
That
Hunter.
was a good
I still
first day launch title because people were on it for 3 months.
They're
And if
still
you
on
play a
it.
game for 90 days, you getting your money's worth.
Man, I think y'all probably caught up to me by now if y'all play.
You know the fuck I haven't. I'm still level 10.
I'm 110.
I'm not saying I'm not saying I'm not
How the
trash.
fuck have you? Man, I'm gonna go look today. I'm gonna see what I am. I think I was like 115, 120 somewhere in there.
Okay, all right, we'll do that.
Well, you know, when you play with a bunch of people and then it's like everybody else dies and you don't really get those points that you're supposed to get.
Oh, what you saying is it's
Yeah,
lonely
but
at
when
the
I
top.
lead people, they don't die. So I mean, I don't know anything about that. You
All right, let's go ahead and let's get into the main podcast here. And what we're gonna talk about is Drake and the NBA Finals. How do you feel about Drake showboating, causing trouble, and all that other bullshit?
Drake
Cause some
out there like he don't play 15 minutes a game after them boys won.
He did.
We, for my country, we just went out there and we played hard. I'm like, nigga, you was on the sideline.
He was like, look, man, I was giving back rubs out there. I was over there giving the coach a massage. I was doing everything. I was like, hey, man, I got some ladies in the back. You need your dick sucked in the halftime. Like, whatever you need, Drake will get it for you.
The most interesting dynamic you want to focus on with the finals, if you want to look at it, is supposedly over the last couple of years, everybody was saying we need a couple superstars to get together and win a championship, and that's been the formula moving forward. Golden State, contrary to what everyone says, was not a super team until Kevin Durant jumped on their team.
Yeah, Kevin Durant really took
The
that
rest
team
of
to
that team
another
was
level.
drafted, it was built, and then they added to that team, which you should do. While the guy in the last 10 years who won LeBron, he's been just jumping around building teams. So, yeah. While as Toronto has one superstar, and the rest, one star, and all of those other guys are old stars. They're not even like stars anymore. They're pretty much role players. One star and very good role players beat the Golden State Warriors. I don't care if Kevin Durant was injured. He played one game, shouldn't have played
Injuries
a
are
game.
part of it because nobody complained in 2015 when LeBron literally had to carry his team and lost pathetically.
Well, the finals is about the war of attrition. You play 82-game season, and then you go into the playoffs. So it is what it is. I don't want to hear it. So whatever.
Well,
And
no, I agree with you there. That's why all these people making excuses for Golden State. I don't want to hear it.
they lost because they still had 2 superstars out there and some
Yes,
decent role
y'all
players.
acting like Steph was out there just
Steph
kind
is
of
a
doing
super-
nothing.
they-
Like Steph was
they
still
don't like him because he light skinned, bro. They don't like him that.
man. They do be hating on him because he light skinned. I felt Steph did a really good job during the
He
finals.
did good because he still had Draymond Green out there and DeMarcus Cousins, who were both All-Stars last year.
Yeah.
And DeMarcus Cousins came back from injury, of course, but still, he's at least top 5 center in the league. Mm-hmm. If he's number 5, that's what I'm saying.
Even if he's number 5, he's still top 5 in there. And you
Draymond.
still had Clay. Like you had people in there.
Yeah.
So you can't act like, oh, well, after we lost Durant, there's nothing we could. Nah, nigga, just take the L
When it
and just
comes to
move.
sports, I'm kind of realizing that most people just follow the same narrative that they see on TV without actually watching it and forming their own opinion. You niggas are sheep, and I see it.
Yeah, you're right.
Like I see it. Like sports media and political media, the sheepness is there on both sides, and you can see it. I'm like, y'all are sheep, but they have better sheep in the sports media because it's not as controversial. They don't have size. It's like either you like them or you don't. You're not necessarily Republican, Democrat, and all these other.
And you can like
dynamics.
different players on different teams without anyone tripping.
Correct.
Whereas, like, with politics, it's like, what? You like something Trump did? Well, I mean, Trump gave me back money. Well, fuck you then. And it's like, he can say, this one Trump policy wasn't bad.
We'll get to Trump because
I mean, no, Trump's still a fuckboy, but I'm just saying, there are a couple things he's done where it's just like, all right, I can see why
I
he did that.
realized what Trump was recently, man.
What is he?
He is the biggest troll job white people did on these liberals ever.
Troll job.
Yeah.
Well, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
Yeah, because like y'all out there, Like in an MSNBC shared a poll. I'm sorry, we're gonna switch to politics because that was all we had to say for the.
Yeah. We don't have a problem with Drake.
Won.
Whatever.
Congratulations, and we'll see you later, Golden State. Let's see what you do. AD went to the Lakers. AD, I'm gonna let y'all know Anthony Davis is not a leader. He's a guy who puts up 20. I think he's 27, 10, and 10, something like that. Whatever numbers they always say.
Yep.
He went to the playoffs twice, and he's not a leader. He didn't lead his teams. He's never been a leader, and that's why his bitch ass is going to play with LeBron. LeBron's a leader, just not a very good one. And if you look at the team Giannis had last year and the team that Anthony Davis had last year, who he even took pieces from his team, Anthony Davis showed you that he was not a leader, and Giannis showed you that he was a leader with similar stats, but different results. Stats don't mean everything. Remember, Kevin Love was supposed to be a top 5 player.
All of that to say, going into politics.
Politics. I don't have the list in front of me, so I don't know if politics was next.
No, politics wasn't next on the list, but we just going to go into
it. Don't matter. Let's
here.
go to next.
I mean, next thing I was going to do then, all right, it's Father's Day. That's what I wanted to say. I know last year we had a whole podcast about it. It was a Riker's Corner podcast, but we had a whole podcast about Father's Day. And I just wanted to give a shout out to all the fathers out there.
Shout them out.
We really appreciate everything that y'all go through. We may not always agree with the decisions that fathers make, but we need fathers, and we're especially talking to black fathers, because y'all get shitted on the most, and y'all do a lot. Y'all take a lot. So to all the fathers out there, Riker saying Happy Father's Day to you. And I hope that you got to enjoy the day, hang out with your kids a little bit, but also like you got some time for yourself to reflect. Hope nobody was like, oh, you got a tie. Fuck that tie. Suck this nigga's dick. Or, whatever his favorite thing is. Because he's a father and he deserves to have a day just about him. Mother's Day is always about mom, and we don't just get mom's mops or Dysons or some shit. If you a lady out there, you listen to this podcast right now, if you didn't do whatever it is that your man, the father that's in your life really likes, then you failed. But you have the opportunity now, as I'm reminding you, to take care of that father in your life. I don't care if it's your grandfather, your actual father, or the man who made you a mother. Take care of them niggas, because fathers are in rarer and rarer to find these days, which is really sad.
It's not rare. It's that we don't raise young men to consider these things. Number one, watch who you have fucking children with.
Correct.
And if you don't have anything to teach your children, don't fucking have children. Like, what's the fucking point of having children? Oh, I fucked up. All right, own it. Well, she gonna take me to court. Well, you knew who that bitch was before you stuck your dick in her.
Straight up.
And then pull out. Like, nigga, you have to deal with the consequences because you're a fucking man. All right, I don't want to hear this bitch, that bitch. Don't be running to your mama. Ain't none of her goddamn business.
Nope, your mama wasn't there when y'all was fucking, and if she was, that's really weird.
Nigga, you need to man up, take care of your motherfucking kids, and teach them something. Because I don't want to hear nothing. I'm about to take this for somebody. I don't want to hear nothing about no white man, that motherfucking woman, none of that shit. Nigga, in the end, it's on you.
Completely on you.
And I'm talking specifically to you black men.
To black men.
Yeah, like I don't want to hear nothing, oh, that girl a bitch. I don't give a fuck. You got to go through the court system. Nigga, you know what it is. You knew who you was dealing with. And if you didn't, then nigga, then why didn't you get her pregnant?
Correct.
Plan your children. Plan. Don't just be going. If it happens, nigga, you got to own up. And the worst that come with it is the worst that come with it.
Yeah.
Like it is what it is. I don't want to hear none of that fuck shit. Like you bitch ass niggas complaining. And then like our women. Like if you knew what he was when you fucked him, don't expect them to change. The only thing changed was you.
Yep. Correct. Your expectations changed. And I'm sorry, expectations is not reality. The reality of things is the reality of things.
Men are consistent, generally speaking. They're monotonous creatures. They're going to do the same thing over and over again. If he can't stop cheating on you, he ain't going to stop cheating on you.
Never.
He can't get no money. He probably ain't going to get no more money.
Nope.
He is what he is. You got to figure out what confines that'll work for both of you guys. And if you are out here and you don't have any kids and you're thinking about having a kid, have a conversation before you have a fucking kid. Because I hear this thing about fathers don't do enough. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Correct.
It depends on exactly what it is. Because if it's a girl, what does a man have to teach a girl? Other than, only thing I think a man can really teach a girl is to not be scared.
Correct.
You take their fear away, and the example you set for whatever kind of man she should want in her life or something close to it.
Yeah.
Because that's her first example. And her mom is also going to be the first example of how a woman acts. Because generally speaking, I don't know if y'all know this, how many girls you've ever talked to that are just like their mom. It just takes a while.
Almost every single one.
Just like their mom. It just takes a while.
Yep.
If her mom was like, you see her mom, ratchet, blah, 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 she going to be ratchet. We got to have standards in our community, and we don't have those anymore. Because I know this whole culture goes on. You can do whatever you want to do as long as it don't affect me. The problem with that, I always say that it's gonna affect someone else if you do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
You believe that too?
Yeah.
Because you say that a lot.
Well, my main thing is I don't care what you're doing. I understand that it's going to affect me in some way. If all you niggas is out here dealing drugs, that's going to affect the kind of community, and I'm probably not going to live around y'all.
Coons.
Nah, they straight up coons. At the same time, I also don't want to live in a world where people feel like they have to do certain things for society, because I see what kind of world that has left us with, which is we talk to a lot of like our grandfathers and whatnot, and they never got a chance to do the things they really want to do because they were like, well, society wouldn't want me to do. I feel like we need to find a good middle ground. If I'm saying that you can do whatever and you're saying be responsible, or you can do whatever provided that you're responsible for your actions, and you're saying you need to really think about the actions that you do before you do them, but you still ultimately are in control, then we can find that middle ground, because we have to be open to a diversity of opinions, and also the fact that there's going to be some times where we both right and we both wrong, and you got to take that part.
What it is, because I think we didn't talk about it on the podcast, right?
No, we didn't.
When it came to, I think I sent y'all a video. I sent y'all a video earlier about what Gabrielle Union did when she took Dwayne Wade's son to a pride parade
At 11 years old.
Huh?
What did she do?
She took their son. They believe him to be gay. Right, but he's 11 years old.
He said that he's gay, but at the same time, he's also an 11-year-old child.
Nigga, you should not be bro, I don't care if you're gay. Like, it is what it is. But you're 11. You don't know what the fuck you are. What the fuck are y'all doing? Like, I'm disappointed in Wade in that aspect. Like, I'm just like, I feel like you're putting your son up in front of gay men and just going like, he's gay too. Like, what does that look like?
Looks pretty bad.
So my question, not saying that I disagree with this, but just supposing in the Socratic method, what age do you suppose would be okay for a kid to come out and say, I'm gay, and you'd be like, all right, you're old enough to make this decision? Or do you think that's something that a child can even make?
It's not a decision a child can make.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you think sexuality isn't
even
really...
even straight culture, I won't push that shit to anybody. Like, nigga, like gay, straight, anything sexuality based, you're 11.
But you do have to have that conversation with kids about sex before then.
Oh.
So what age are you comfortable with that?
They have to know what sex is. And I would say around 11, 12, 13.
Okay, so you talk about sex at 11, 12, 13.
There's no way in hell,
do
you
you
gonna
have?
hear what I'm about to say. There's no way in hell I'm telling my son that there's a sex when you can stick your dick in a man's butt.
I mean, I wouldn't expect you to. I don't expect any father in a heterosexual
Or vice versa.
relationship or vice versa to have a conversation. Like, I would expect a lesbian couple to be like, you could also have sex with a man and it would be totally cool. Like, I don't expect certain things, but my thought.
How does that work? Hey, shoot that question out for everybody.
everydayblackmen@gmail.com. Shoot us out. How does that work?
Yeah, like
if you're in a lesbian relationship,
lesbian, hell, even gay, like
well, of course.
Even though I don't believe you're supposed to be having children, but hey, that's neither here nor there.
I mean, that's a personal opinion.
That's not a personal opinion. That is science.
I mean,
like you again, this society is built on you not taking your actions as serious as they are.
No, people can have kids. Again, you can have a surrogate. So surrogacy
that's
is
not
thing.
natural. You're going around the choices you make. You can't say I'm gay. If you're gay, you have to accept what comes with it. And that means you cannot procreate.
No, that is not true, because surrogacy's been around since the beginning of time, where people have been like,
at that moment, then they are not gay. They are then straight.
Well, no, their sexual preferences didn't change. The fact that they wanted to have a child.
You cannot have children if you are gay.
No, you cannot have children in a gay relationship. You can have children outside of that. Before, it used to be you'd have to get fucked by somebody. Now with science, especially with the Terminator, who I'm glad we're throwing that reference in, he's made it to where 50 women around the world have had children who couldn't otherwise have children. He doesn't specifically go for LGBT people, but he goes for any woman who's like, I want to have a baby, but I can't afford whatever. He's like, I'll give you some cum where you live. I'll come and give you some cum right now.
Yeah, that's some fuck shit, nigga. You ain't gonna be there for your kids.
I mean, no, he actually, what's kind of crazy about this, I'm glad we're talking about, all the women that he's fucked, they have a network. Like, they've created their own social network where they just talk to each other, and like whenever one of the women gets pregnant, the other ones just send that girl money and other things. It's kind of like a cult, but they send each other like money and
I feel
diapers.
Like we're going left, and I'm just still so curious about what the fuck is Arnold Schwarzenegger doing. Like, I never even.
No. The guy's just called the Terminator. He's not Arnold Schwarzenegger.
He's not a real guy.
Okay. No. It's not actually Arnold Schwarzenegger.
I never heard of this story.
No. We'll talk about it later. Again, I get what you're saying is your relationship can't bear fruit, but what people have been doing, and I want to say that happened in at least, I think it happened to Daniel, whereas like he wanted a son and he kept fucking chicks until he had a son. And then he gave it to the queen and was like, all right, here, you're going to raise a son now. But he was like, look, we're going to keep fucking. I'm going to keep fucking until I get a son. So that aspect, I think, has been here for forever. However, I don't think it's been quite as easy for people to have children, regardless of whatever their sexual preference is, until now, where it's like literally, if you're a gay man, you can just have your sperm and your partner's sperm put into these little things and go to a woman over in another country that's not doing so well.
You should not have no fucking children. I don't care if you don't like it. I don't give a fuck. Like, you don't gotta like it, and that's my opinion. I don't give a fuck if you don't like it. You are two men with sex. Innately, you're saying that I want to have sex with a man, right? So to me, that means that you don't want children. I know you're saying that you want children, but you need a woman to make children.
Now I'm going to suppose on top of that.
Go ahead.
But you consider bisexual men to also be gay.
They are gay.
So if bisexual men are gay, but they can have sex with women and have children and have sex with men, then they destroy your entire model.
No, not necessarily, because they're just gay. Now, the reason that they're bisexual is because well, then let's go with black people.
We can only speak for black people.
Yeah, we can only speak for black people being black people. I got kicked out of the group for this. I have never, will never meet a woman who is heterosexual and thinks that it's okay to have sex with a gay man. Well, let's not say have sex with them, but carry on a real relationship with a bisexual man.
I met a couple of them that have had relationships with bisexual and queer men, which that's a whole nother topic we're not getting into.
We don't know nothing about it, but you think so those women took those men serious?
They took them seriously. Now, of course, a lot of them wanted the man to be on PrEP, but that's just a smart move to fucking begin with. If you're a man indulging in any
those people are weird and get the fuck. I just don't think.
No, you can't conceptualize what they are getting at.
But generally speaking, you're saying that's normal in your circle?
No, I'm not saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm not saying it's
rare.
Normal. I'm saying it's rare. Okay. But I'm saying that we can have someone who's like that, who says, yeah, I want to have sex with women and have kids, but I also want to have sex with men. And I'm going to be like, all right, this is really not my business. I don't really care. At the same time, I'm not going to be like, all right, cool, let's go hang out and drink beers and you can tell me about how you like sucking dick. Like, that's not my thing.
Right. Well, again, let's go back to this. Do what you want to do.
Do what you want.
I just have an opinion on it.
Yep.
Yeah, let's go back to that. Do what you want to do. I just have an opinion. I don't think you should be able to have children because I don't think you have shit to teach them.
Now, sorry, one final question. I gotta know this for my own thoughts. Are you okay with gay couples saying, let's say they say, you know what, I don't want to have kids, but I'm okay with adopting kids?
No.
Okay.
Because it's the things we don't, unless we get into some deep issues that we don't talk about, like especially with gay men. I always speak for men or speak about men because I don't give a fuck about women. We're allowed them to run rampant here, and it is what it is. But men in particular, sexual molestation amongst gay men is underreported, and we don't talk about it.
I mean, the reason it's underreported is because it's mostly happening with the gay men who are in the closet who can do whatever who can't do whatever they want versus gay men who are out of the closet. But also, this touches the line that we can't go into.
Correct.
Because most of the time, the sexual molestation comes from gay men of color who then have a relationship with gay men who are white, who oftentimes can use whatever privilege they want to keep pushing those boundaries. Kind of like those guys who they'll date a woman and then they'll be there one night and they'll be like, hey, let's have sex. She says no. And they'll basically keep pushing it until they get something kind of with like what they want. For these gay men who have privilege, they don't give a fuck about what your safe zone is because they're like, look, at the end of the day, I can just out you right now. Fuck up your whole life, and there's not shit you can do back to me. And that is a problem that we really can't get into because we're not part of the queer community, but it's a problem that I've read about.
We can have an opinion about it.
I mean, no, you can have an opinion about it, but there's a difference between having an opinion about it and having it truly informed. But
even like the domestic abuse rates, those things like
domestic abuse rates, they do not report on those at all. But again, I think part of that goes to we act like it's something that is, we're in the South, Georgia, unnatural. So why would you do any reporting on that? If you look at something as being, to ironically state queer, because queer originally meant strange. If you look at something as being strange, then you don't give a fuck about what's happening in that strange situation because that's not whatever. So in order for us to really get the kind of numbers, like it's going to be really interesting in another decade to look back at gay marriage rates. Because it's like, all right, marriage has been available since 2015. How many people actually decided to get it in places where they legally could? I'm not talking about Alabama, because we know that's God's shithole, so whatever. But in places like California, where, you know, people have always been kind of toeing that line for a long time, what do the marriage rates look like? Are they similar to heterosexual ones? Are they worse? Are they better? Are the divorce rates higher? Like, we'll have all that data.
I don't think
given
they
another
would
10
give
years.
us that data unless it's all positive data, because the media itself
Well, no, it's going to come out, though, because
is propagandized.
remember, you have to marry to the state, so that data is going to come out regardless, one way or another.
I mean, yeah, we'll see.
It's kind of like violence from the state is whatever, but violence from the state isn't documented and reported. A lot of police departments have made certain that you can't get the data that you want. All you can do is get the data on headlines and comparing court cases, but they don't just report it. Whereas like marriage data, just like property data, is available to everyone. So in 10 years, we'll be able to do a study that says, all right,
Hell, they
gay marriage
got
has been...
5-year studies now.
Yeah, true. We could look at a 5-year
I
study.
think California they legalized it in like 2012, didn't
Did
they?
Well, yeah, they had
On
their
the state
state. They had
level.
their state thing that was available way before
Yeah.
the Supreme Court one. It just wasn't considered quote unquote valid until the Supreme Court, because other states would be like, we don't do that.
Yeah, we don't give a fuck about you.
Exactly. So California may have the 5-year data available, but interestingly enough, and I know that we've had enough controversy for one podcast, and that actually is good because I had a whole topic on abortion, but on a lighter topic, let's talk about what movies everybody saw. You can start with yours. I'll go into mine, or if you want, I can start with mine, and you can go into yours after.
What did you see?
I saw Detective Pikachu.
Did we already do that one?
If you want to give us a quick little Detective Pikachu, I thought it was awesome, but go ahead.
I thought it was pretty. You know what? To be honest with you, I love the twist that they did in it, because you know we always like in the Pokemon movies. Did they ever tell you that Mewtwo was bad?
No, they just really implied it heavily and
They
hard.
implied it like he was kind of like bad, right?
Yeah, they.
Necessarily. He's a
He turned Ash to stone, nigga.
man,
Yeah.
fuck Ash. He's a terrible trainer.
But ain't the point. He still did it though. You know.
He still did it. That's
But
not
I
some
don't
shit
really
that
think-
nice
I
nigga
never
does.
thought Mewtwo was evil. I thought that he had his reasons.
I mean, no. I know he had his reasons. Humanity's some bunch of fuck niggas.
Yeah.
But at the same time, he turned Ash to stone. That's like, you turned the most nice, probably autistic guy into stone.
But he kind of did it accidentally though, because he
I
was
don't
fighting.
remember.
He was fighting Mew, and you know he got in the middle of it, and then
I mean, yeah, he was fighting Mew, but then again, that's a whole nother thing. Like,
Wasn't Mew lab created?
No,
Or is
Mewtwo
Mewtwo
was
lab?
lab created.
No, Mewtwo
but that's
was.
the thing that's is fucked up about it. It's like, you gonna really fight Mew?
and the other thing is why wasn't Mew in it either? I didn't get that. Also,
Detective Pikachu?
Well, yeah. Mew probably should have been in there,
I
but
feel like
they
Mew
they,
should
they
have
just
been in
focus
as well.
they just focus only on Mewtwo. They didn't focus
only
all on Mew.
But I like the way they did it. I like the way they had like the whole world was created. The thing that got me the most was in the beginning of it. Supposedly this guy created the Pokemon, which is something weird. Or he created like this thing where
Well, he created this
The-
this ability for people to live with Pokemon.
Yeah.
Instead of it being like out in the wild, where it's just like, you know, every man, like, look, you go over there, that Pokemon might kill you. It just is what it is.
and then he got it set up now that y'all can walk with each other. Y'all be
Yeah, like you can more closely have Pokemon understand you.
Domesticated.
Yeah, they basically are domesticated.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool though. The whole world, the way they had it set up.
Yeah,
I like how
it was
they
dope.
did
It was dope. I appreciated Justin Smith, the light skinned guy's acting. Ryan Reynolds did a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
The girl was hit or miss. I felt like she was very basic, and maybe that's what they were going for, basic white girl.
And I like how, because at first I thought that they was gonna make it so that only Pikachu spoke.
True.
Like, to an extent.
Correct.
But the fact that they had it where it's like the only reason he can speak to Pikachu is because he smelled that stuff, and now he can communicate with him a little more. That made sense. But why was it only Pikachu?
Because Pikachu, the plot twist at the end.
Because he was
Because of the plot
body
twist. Yeah, because of the plot twist.
Spoiler alert, basically what happened was supposedly in the beginning, his father was in the lab with Mewtwo and he was driving away, and supposedly Mewtwo shot his car and made it blow up and got it destroyed. But it actually wasn't Mewtwo. It was actually these other Pokemon that the lab people had sent. And what he did was, so that his father wouldn't die, they put his soul or his
pretty much
his soul into Pikachu so that he can save his body.
Correct. Which they gave no explanation for that, which is the smart
None.
thing. Do
None.
not give an explanation on how putting someone's soul in there will allow you to save their body.
I don't know how that worked, but
Didn't work at all. That didn't work at all. Oh, which is quoting a Pikachu line. That didn't work at all.
Hey, you know, like in Marvel movies, they got a little Mexican guy who do movies.
Oh, you mean Michael Pena?
I'm gonna try to explain the movie I saw like that.
Okay.
All right? I saw Shaft.
All right.
how was that?
All right, so start out. I'm gonna do it black. Yeah. All right, shout it. Goddamn. Beginning of the movie. Cool. All right. What happened to you? Right. Like Got down Shaft sitting right there, got down getting something. He got down there chilling and shit. Got down the nigga shoot up his car. Got down his woman and the baby in the car. His woman go, fuck that shit, Shaft. You gotta leave with me. Too much bullshit happen around you. And then Shaft, don't leave, baby. Grow up. Go to MIT. Next thing you know, them motherfucker grown going to goddamn FBI. I don't know if y'all watched 2000 Shaft movie. He was a cop, right?
Correct.
In the middle of the movie, nigga was like, he threw his badge. Nigga, his son is, of course, single mother, bitch ass, raised ass nigga. All right? Of course, whatever. Neither here
Of course.
Shaft ain't never fucked with him, then anything, whatever. He sent him birthday gifts and stuff, and it was just weird. When he went to college, Shaft sent him some porno books. I ain't never read one of those.
I mean, that's the only thing you can do at that point, right?
All right, whatever. So Shaft, he like, cool. He moved to New York, got down here, analyst for the FBI. I'm tell you right now, the son acting is trash. All right, once you get past that, you meet Shaft. Shaft, he go to his daddy. He needed his friend die. He say, Daddy, can you help me? Who killed my friend? Shaft go, all right. He knock on his door because he ain't never talked to his daddy like that. He go to his dad. It's his thick ass bitch with some big ass titty, boy, and she had glitter all over her body. And then he said, I'm looking for Shaft. And then next thing you know, Shaft pop up behind him. Samuel Jackson, who the fuck is you? You know, Samuel Jackson voice. I can't. All right. Next thing, he had glitter all over his beard. It was hilarious because she had glitter all over her body. All right. So
let's just know what she was getting into.
All right. Shaft got down. Whatever. All this shit happened. He meet his son. He's some bitch ass nigga. And then just a little situation. You just seeing that he's starting to act more and more like his dad because he's a Shaft. All right. Whatever. They find out who killed his friend. All right, him and his daddy through all these travels, and his mama find out that he was talking to Shaft. He like, oh, nah, fuck that. Of course, Shaft still trying to fuck the mama, played by Regina King.
So sexy. Continue.
All right, cool. So
it's Regina Hall also.
It's King? I thought it was Hawk King.
It's Hall.
I don't know the difference between her and that other chick. They look the same to me.
All right, well, don't worry about
Regina and the other bitch from
Don't worry about it. Continue.
All right. Anyway, that shit happened. Right, the movie funny as hell. All right, there's little situations you put a little nigga in who's just not supposed to be there. He like whatever. So goddamn, next shit happened. All right, next shit happened. They found out who killed them. It was his buddies. So they was moving these drugs. They go in there. They talk to this lady. All right, Shaft be like, yeah, I'm about to beat this bitch ass. He said, you can't hear her. She's a lady. He said, nigga, you being misogynistic. Nigga, the shit you said is misogynistic. I should be able to be an equal opportunity ass whooper.
I mean, I think you're right, though. If she in the fight, she deserved to get her ass beat.
All right, whatever. So that happened. Either way it goes, they go get his dad because he get kicked out the FBI because the shit goes left when they lock up some Muslims talking about it was racist. He get kicked out of the FBI. He was an analyst. He wasn't really an FBI agent. That's another joke they put in there. The motherfucker go back to Shaft, and Shaft was like, we got to stop him. They stop him. He catch Shaft in the middle of something. Shaft is just like, I ain't even want to be around that motherfucker. But he wasn't talking about like that. Okay. It's a long story or whatever. They get to the end. They get back cool. They go see Richard Roundtree, which is his granddaddy. They all named John. John Shaft. John Shaft. They all named Shaft. Richard Roundtree, because you didn't know who was somebody who else played Shaft.
Correct.
All right, he old as fuck now, by the way. He was in the last movie. I forgot he was. I didn't know that. I forgot that shit. I saw that shit recently. Oh, by the way, 2000 Shaft sucked.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Compared to this movie, it sucked.
Well, yeah, compared to this movie, it definitely sucked.
You saw it too, right?
Nah, I'm fucking with you.
Oh, no, did you see Shaft, though? It's on the
Yeah,
Shaft.
yeah.
Watch that shit. It's just hilarious. All right, hold on. We get to the end. He become more like his daddy. The FBI want him back. He quit, and boom. Now you got a series. But the son is the hardest part to watch about that movie. He is terrible. I mean, like...
Is he terrible all the way through, or does it get better at the end?
His acting is terrible. There's nothing I like about him. He didn't have one redeeming factor.
Is it really that bad?
His son is that terrible, but Samuel L. Jackson, just like he saved another movie that came out in March, saved this movie to its core. He was like he won PC, he won nothing. He was still Shaft.
I mean, but didn't the son have to play the PC character?
No, bro. It's not even that he's a PC character. It's just that he's a bad actor and it shines. You can tell this is. I don't even know where this dude is from, but I've never seen him before. He don't look shit like Samuel L. Jackson. Don't look like his grandfather. Kind of like his mother. Shaft should never be light skinned.
No.
I'm sorry.
Should never be light skinned.
I mean, and I would recommend you go see it because I don't really watch nigga movies like that. And I said go see that movie. And I sat down and I watched Medea's Death Reunion or whatever that shit's called.
Yeah, the Medea death movie wasn't even really meant to be funny. It's just like black people, here's a mirror, fix your shit.
Oh, okay, that's what it was?
Yeah, that's why
Really?
there's a couple jokes in the movie, but mostly it's like the way that the whole storyline about it being basically about niggas all cheating. It's like, nigga, get your shit together. Because even if the father had...
Black men don't cheat.
I mean, black men don't cheat. Niggas cheating.
Them niggas cheat too.
The niggas cheap.
Now, where is that shit coming from?
Oh, well, it started out as a meme, but now like it's become like its own
I
thing.
heard it's a song.
No. Yeah, exactly. It came as a song that was a meme, and then it became its own thing. And then they started the Faithful Black Men Association, which I know we are all astute members of. But let me get into my movies real quick. So the first one's going to be about Dark Phoenix, which is if you want to go see it, but it's really not that great, and it'd probably be better off if you wait until it's on Redbox. That's a Redbox movie.
Yeah, it ain't even Netflix.
Nah, it's not a Netflix movie. It's a Redbox movie. Also because, Disney's not going to put that on Netflix.
I don't know what they're going to do with those Fox movies.
Well, they're probably going to shove it somewhere deep down inside.
To my Hulu?
Yeah, probably. They probably gonna make that a direct to Hulu. But again, if you want to see the movie in theaters, see it in matinee. It's not as bad as everyone's saying, but it's definitely not worth a commercial success on any level or break it even. Like that movie should definitely go down as we should have kept the original ending, because if they kept the original ending, which spoiler alert, the original ending is Jean dies and is not saved. That would have been a movie to go out on. Instead, they go with the half-assed, oh, is she alive or is she not alive? And then they have this subtle little phoenix thing that happens at the end in the sky, and it's like, why didn't y'all just kill her?
So is X-Men Apocalypse bad?
It's worse than X-Men Apocalypse.
X-Men Apocalypse still has one of the coolest superhero movie scenes ever.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought the traffic scene, everyone's like, the traffic scene was so awkward. I was like, no, that scene for me was kind of remind me of the fight scene Infinity War at the beginning, where like Peter's trying to like go around people like, please, hey, can you stop trying to hit me with that hammer? And instead it's them being like, can you stop driving your car? Like, I'm trying to cross the street. You see that nigga over there with the fucking dreadlock weapons. I'm trying to fight that nigga, and you're trying to drive through the street. Can you fucking not?
Yeah, but Apocalypse still had the best scene ever with Quicksilver.
Yeah.
I still love that scene.
Yeah, that motherfucker.
Yeah, Quicksilver got taken out this movie early as fuck.
Really?
Oh.
Early. Gene whoops the fuck out of that nigga's ass. He's like, oh, you want to move fast? Move fast to the left. That nigga go, boop, knees was straight broke.
Did they ever resolve? They didn't resolve it, I heard.
No, they did resolve it.
The father-son dynamic?
The father-son
Magneto?
Yeah. So,
he knows? I know Quicksilver knows, but Magneto didn't know.
Well, no, sorry. No, they did not resolve that aspect. But they did resolve the aspect of Magneto not having a redemption arc. Because when he was like, I'm going to kill that bitch Jean, like, you knew what was on. Like, he came through there. Like, that was his whole attitude. Like, I'm not even trying to be whatever. He was like, nah, I'm going to kill that bitch. Like, because basically, since this is a spoiler alert, Jean accidentally kills Mystique, which just turns into, like, this whole thing. Because then, like, Beast is like, fuck this bitch. And Magneto's like, fuck this bitch. And them two niggas get together, and it's like, team fuck that bitch.
She didn't even want to be in the movie no more.
Oh, I know she don't want to be in the movie anymore. When they remake it, they're only going to keep Storm. Maybe
Please don't keep Storm.
They're going to keep Storm.
Are they
going to keep Storm as Halle Berry?
No. It's a new it's a new British black girl. It's a new British black girl.
Please replace her, because Storm's supposed to be a dark-skinned woman.
I know she's supposed to be a dark-skinned woman, but they're going to keep her because she's literally the only person who has a redeeming thing besides Beast.
Her acting is trash.
Her acting is like a British Storm. I understand that she's supposed to be African.
Dark-skinned, chocolate woman.
Yeah, but this is not going to be directed by Ryan Coogler, so this is not going to give you the kind of interpretation you need.
If they're going to do the crossover, it has to be.
They're not going to do the crossover.
They got to.
Because they're not going to bring the X-Men characters in until Phase 5. So that means
that's Black Panther 3.
That's Black Panther 3, yeah. But they're not gonna do the crossover like what you think. They're gonna keep the same actress. I can guarantee you on that. Same thing for Beast. Now they are gonna replace Magneto, Professor X, and pretty much everyone else. And that's true. They do cost
Michael Fassbender, nigga, please give my money.
Exactly. They're gonna replace all. But the movie isn't worth me talking about for any longer than this. So I saw The Last Black Man in San Francisco. That was a movie I really want to talk about. I wanted to end this on. It was great. A great story of how black people built San Francisco, and then during the 50s and 60s, white people kicked us out. This black guy, he believes basically that his grandfather built this really nice, quirky old house, and he keeps coming there and helping do stuff around the house. These white people are like, what the fuck are you doing? Why do you keep breaking in here to help around the house? And it comes to find out, his grandfather didn't build all of it. It was an elaborate lie, and it just gave him purpose and meaning in life. But they did like a really good breakdown of just kind of like how black people stay on their block and don't really change, and how gentrification has adversely affected us. There's this one part that I think is really kind of just the whole gentrification of the thing is, you have the main black character, he's sitting on this bench, and his naked white hobo just shows up on the bench. He's waiting on the bus too to go somewhere. And these white people on a party bus just show up and they go, oh my God, that guy's naked. We know he fucks. And they're just like, this guy fucks. This guy fucks. this guy fucks, and it just becomes this is gentrification in a nutshell. Like a whole bunch of people who don't fucking belong in this neighborhood just show up and just start fucking everything up. And the naked guy, he's like, man, you ever see anything as weird as this? He's like, San Francisco, man, San Francisco. And part of it is he's partly like, nigga, why are you naked? But partly he's like, you're right. Like literally a whole bunch of people who don't give a shit about this city showed up here and just, because they have money, have been taking it over and making it shittier and shittier. They also include the guy who's saying, I got 5 on it. He sings like...
Luez or whatever that was.
Yeah, he shows up in a couple parts and sings. They did a really good job because I saw it at like a secret showing where they had like the director there, the main character, and like these other people. There was also an NPR interview. Overall, it was just a really good tale about gentrification. Danny Glover's character in this movie, he plays a blind guy, and he just his dynamic, he plays it very, very well. And you kind of get like the sense of like for him how things are different. There's also the other black character that's played in the film. I don't want to spoil any of his stuff because he was very, very interesting in kind of how he talked about it. But the overall thing is, this is the movie I would say to see over any of these other fuck movies that's coming out. But you can only see it in Regal because for whatever reason AMC didn't pick it up. But if you do go see The Last Black Man in San Francisco, it's a little bit of a tearjerker. It also is a little interesting because it's their first major film. They got picked up for this after winning Sundance. But the movie itself is definitely great. And that's the note I wanted to end on.
It's a black people movie?
It's a black people movie because it's about gentrification. It's about how
black
guy, white director, best friends. They were living in San Francisco when they made the movie. And they talked a lot about the house that actually is related to the black guy's family in real life.
I wonder if we should get people to show how Atlanta's trying to become gentrified.
Well, not just trying. Atlanta is always gentrifying.
Keep trying. I say trying. Because they almost got a white person elected last person.
I mean, they
almost
were
got
close.
that white lady elected, boy.
They were close.
So, you niggas, you need to start voting.
Yeah, y'all niggas. Well, you see it just kind of like in like, I get that one drug dealer bought up all the stuff that he could and on the west side, and people were mad about him because he's selling drugs, but he was investing his money back in the community. I mean, he made sure his community didn't look like it was all niggas selling drugs. I mean, I'm not saying that your mom wasn't out there sucking dick for crack, but I mean, I'd rather her suck dick for crack in a nice neighborhood than her suck dick in the hood. Like, let's at least keep the black shit looking nice. Because white people have been keeping niggas out of Sandy Springs and Alpharetta and trying to keep niggas out of Marietta, which is impossible because niggas and Hispanics are pretty much taking over the area. Moved to
and Norcross. They got it.
Yeah, exactly. They got it. Y'all gonna have to give that up. But definitely check that movie out. And thanks for mentioning, because yeah, Atlanta has been trying. So it would be great if we could have a historian on one of these, but we'll have to try that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip through the sports section because I don't give a fuck about that.
I already did it, kinda enough.
Well, NBA, WNBA or not?
Hold on. Fuck WNBA. It doesn't work. It sucks. No one wants to watch dogs playing basketball.
Hey, no. No. That one chick who was putting up like a shit ton of points, I'd watch a game with her.
Deladova
on the Sparks.
I'm not gonna. You can have this $20. I'm not gonna go watch it. I'm sorry. I'm not going to go watch it. You can't have marketing if you don't make no goddamn money.
Well, I mean, that's also
the league
true.
ain't made money since its inception.
It hasn't?
No.
I mean, you would think with all these high-profile feminists that they'd be pumping money in that
shit.
They're
protecting it. The NBA gives them money. All the NBA players act like they want to help them out, but nigga, ain't nothing stopping you from giving your money to the WNBA if you really want to help them out.
True.
I mean, I feel like that's what people need to do. Like, if you're not giving money to the WNBA, I don't want to hear you talk about the WNBA.
Correct. Y'all have enough money. Y'all can do it. Y'all making $40 million. You can each of y'all can drop $1 million and give it to the WNBA, and you'll be seeing how it works.
WNBA just needs women to put their money where their mouth is.
They're not going
to. If every woman watched the WNBA, the league will be making a lot of money.
That shit was on Oxygen for like 15 games, and then it got canceled because they didn't even watch it. Everyone wants to sugarcoat it. We want to give women opportunity in sports. Women should have opportunity in sports. Go behind closed doors. Get into management, the medical staff, all that kind of stuff. If they're not getting opportunities there, I have a problem with it. But on the court, like I just don't. The product does not sell me. It doesn't sell me.
Well, I think they just don't invest in it. Men invest in the NBA. Like there's no question.
There are some niggas out there trying to get their daughter to play basketball. I'm like, bruh, I'm gonna get my daughter to go to college and make more money than a WNBA player.
Yeah, that's not. That's not even close.
You're not gonna ruin your knees and.
Well, it's like that. Like, yeah,
Chastised.
it'd be different if you ruined your knees and you was making money. But if you only make $4 million over a course, if you only make $400,000 over the course of how many years, like that's just not worth it. Like you're better off doing other things, and that just is what it is. And you can hate me for that, but
that's what I said. I don't care if you hate me, like me. I guarantee you ain't watching it.
Exactly.
You ain't watching it.
You know what? We really do need. Everyday black man really does need to go buy courtside seats.
Bro, I got $15. You got $15. You buy from us all courtside seats to the Atlanta Dream.
Exactly. Let's buy courtside seats.
No, you buy them. You want to support them. I ain't buying them shit.
Oh, come on, Ari.
All right, bro. I put 50 cents on it because that's how much I'll pay to see a WNBA game.
Nah, man. Put in your 15, dog.
Nah, bro.
Put in your 15 for them courtside seats.
That's going to be more than I spend on food when I get there.
Nah, courtside seats, this shit better come with food, bro. I
It's
feel like the WNBA needs some help.
They need help from women who want.
That's exactly where I'm trying to put the
men
put the
money
change
where their mouth
into.
is.
Women need to put money where their mouth is if they say that women deserve sporting opportunities.
You men should support our sport.
Like,
you support yours? No, fuck
women
your shit.
women make a good point when it comes to women's soccer because that is actually supported and actually has people going out there to the games and doing
not
things.
like men's soccer. The amount of money it generated is never even close.
The amount of money generated versus wins is in their favor.
There's more. No, the team is more successful, but women's soccer, America. I'm sorry, you feminists. You got your soccer here. That's fine. But around the world, they're not as liberated as you. So their soccer team's not as good. And wait till you play somebody like China. Good luck. China don't play that shit.
I mean,
they raise them from birth to play soccer.
Again, that's what I'm saying. Women's soccer team make a much better and more compelling argument because they do have supporters and they do actually play, as opposed to women's.
What argument are you talking about? NBA for them to make more money or what?
Well, yeah. So
remember, it's a sport.
I get that, but what I'm saying is somebody compared the numbers and they're making $400,000 when they should be making more based on the advertising and the revenue that they were saying. Not saying I know where that money's going because someone could probably break it down. Yeah. Whereas men are losing and making like $4 million. Women are winning and making $400,000, and we're just saying. We're not saying that women are going to get $4 million. We got to go with the
league as a whole when they talk about international women. Like what we're going on now, this probably came up is the World Cup. The Women's World Cup is going on now. But you got to look at the Men's World Cup. I guarantee they don't even generate what the Men's World Cup.
Oh, well, you can't closely generate anything to the Men's World Cup because the Men's World Cup is celebrated by everyone. Exactly. It's like 5 Super Bowls combined. We're not saying that. We're saying numbers should be closer based on the attention generated versus how much money is coming in.
To men, you should ask for more money because you deserve more money. Well, not because the men make more money. That's always their argument.
No. They deserve more money.
What sport right now makes the highest, but like in the lowest, as far as like the bottom dweller, like as far as the most losing team or whatever stuff like that? What sport still makes the most out of all of them?
Men's soccer. They make a lot of money and they lose.
Soccer.
Yeah.
So you saying that the lowest bottom total loser of the teams still makes more than all other sports out there?
No. Than the women equivalent. That's all we're comparing. Like,
yeah, but what we're saying about if they don't have the same revenue that's generated.
Well, no, they don't have the same revenue, but they have revenue much more comparable. WNBA argument is understandable because you're right. It's about advertising, and the sport isn't that engaging when we look at it as fan participation and all these other things. Women's soccer, on the other hand, does have good fan participation, does have good advertising, and the girls still don't get paid more than like $400,000 for a cup. What we're saying is that this sport generates a lot of money, and it's very questionable where the money is going based on the fact that these women only get $400,000 to split between an actual real team, as opposed to the men's team that gets $4 million just for showing up and losing.
That's fine.
That's what we're saying. Yeah. I'm not saying WNBA.
Yeah,
WNBA doesn't.
But again, you got to count that. If we're talking about the World Cup, we have stars coming from everywhere. They have stars who come over here, and there will be millions of people to show up to see that star. But remember, United States is one place. We don't have super international stuff. It's not international.
That's true.
The World Cup is a weird place to go. From what you're saying, it sounds like they deserve more money. But I don't think it's because they're women. It's because somebody negotiated a bad deal.
Well, that's also possibly true.
Yeah. Somebody wasn't a three-dimensional thinker.
Well, I think somebody wasn't a three-dimensional thinker, and it's a time for us to renegotiate or look at renegotiating.
We who? No, that's what you do. That's your labor league. That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, again, I'm putting the onus on women. What I'm saying is that if you want,
they should hire a man to do it.
I mean, I don't think necessarily you should hire a man. I think realistically, the legal teams that you're going to hire are generally speaking going to be run by men. But that's just the nature of law. You can only go with the law firms that are affected, because at the end of the day, I don't care if I'm represented by somebody who loves burning flags, Confederate dancers. If that nigga wins 100% out of 100%, I don't give a shit what he thinks about me privately. I want to win. I don't give a fuck about his personal opinions. I don't care if he doesn't like me based on my skin color. If he will take my case and he wins, that's all that fucking matters.
That's Kardashian's daddy.
I mean, we're hoping so. I'm going to completely not skip music this week. So first up is Lil Keed with Long Live Mexico. It was all right.
Lil Keed is kind of trash.
I mean, he is, but the album was all right. That was all right. I mean, this is not gonna be your super well thought out music. This is basically just Lil Keed making his first actual album. He had a lot of fucking features. In fact, I feel like the problem with the album is I don't know how he actually sounds, because there's a feature. I sound like this when I rap. Yeah, I know. He's basically Young Thug.
Don't sound no Lil Keed.
I mean, you're not wrong. But he had so many features that I kind of, it's hard for songs to be bad if the feature is good, and the features were all good for the most part. So, it's all right. It's all right. Next up will be Goldlink's Diaspora, which was great. Really good album, but you either are a Goldlink fan at this point or you're not. So for people who are outside of the DMV area, repping, that DC, Maryland, Virginia, if you're not part of that or you don't like Goldlink, it's not going to be, that one song that he had with that one guy talking about all the women around him. He feels like the man. Yeah, exactly. It's not like that. But he does do some interesting things, like incorporating a lot of black or African, I should say, like instruments, and like the Zulu chants thing I thought was pretty good. But overall, I think it's a pretty good album from him. I actually wasn't expecting it to be as great, because I felt
he's an all right rapper.
I mean, yeah, he's an all right rapper, singer kind of person. But the album was actually pretty dope. I think when you check it out and you give it a chance, you'll be fine. It may end up becoming good lounge music.
God damn it,
just because. Well, the problem is though is that you have to listen to the whole album all the way through to truly get. Last Drake dropped 2 singles. 4 hours late. 4 hours later, he said he was gonna drop them on Friday. He dropped them Saturday at 4 a.m. They're actually not bad. And Benihana probably thanks Drake, because they got a whole bunch of free press, because Drake said Benihana is pigeon food, and Benihana's like, oh man, someone has mentioned us. Think of you.
Benihana is what?
Pigeon food. Basically, you take your birds there. Yeah, you take them to Benihana. Like, also, he says he doesn't count his 20s in the same room as his 50s and his 100s, because that's what niggas without money do. It's like he's got too many of them, so he separates his money based on whether you're a big bill or you're a little basic bill. But the main thing about the 2 singles is him and Rick Ross again on the second song was nice. But I think the pigeon food and the I count my 20s in a different room thing are going to be the parts of those 2 songs that live on. Because it's probably going to be just kind of like Scary Hours, where like these are 2 songs that are going to be on the album, but they're not going to be the songs that you remember the album for.
I don't know. I don't really listen to Drake like that no more.
I mean, it is what it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
I mean, if he come out with something that come across me, yeah.
I mean, I just thought that it was very interesting that he came out with all this.
I went back and listened to Blueprint.
Oh, you listened to Blueprint?
And graduation.
Oh, okay. All right, so you know what? I would love to include those. So let's do it.
Go listen to it. That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it?
That's it.
I mean,
Good morning.
Good morning.
Mr. West.
By himself, he's so impressed.
Damn, that nigga's like totally different nigga now.
He is. And that's the scary part about it is we've gotten to see Kanye West at his best. We've seen Kanye West at his worst. We've seen Kanye West somewhere in between.
What's the worst Kanye West album?
I want to say Ye, but I feel like in 10 years, Ye is going to end up being what?
I'll say Yeezus.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I want to say Ye, but we still have Yeezus and Life of Pablo.
Life of Pablo top 3.
I think Life of Pablo for the time it came out, definitely great. I feel like it hasn't aged very well, and that's kind of become part of the problem. Because I feel like Yeezus is going to age better than Life of Pablo did, because Yeezus was way more personal.
Yeezus has a song that does that. Like
the whole time?
It's
not the whole time. It's just parts of Yeezus that are so hard to digest, because it's really an album that you can't understand unless you've been to Paris's underground culture because that's partly what the album. Like if you look at like what people in Paris dance to, you'll be like, that's what that nigga was going to. This nigga was going to too many fucking nightclubs, and he decided to make some stuff that sound like that.
Really?
Yeah, bro. Jesus.
Yeah. It's basically
supposedly it was like a song where you were talking in tongues and it's just random blap. That song is weird, man.
That song is weird.
Ever since he was doing music and all you hear in the background is
I mean, that's kind of like what he's talking about. That's kind of what he's talking about.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. It's kind of like that. But I mean,
that was Jesus.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't hear another sound of like
That's not right.
No. You talking about that?
Scooby-Doo
Yeah,
Poop.
you're talking about Scooby-Doo Poop.
That's just hard, bro.
That shit is a great lounge song. Cause you just hear that shit and people be like, "What the fuck is that playing?" That poopity scoop.
Whatever the fuck I was talking about, it was some shit like that.
No. He did release a song like that, and the funny part about it is people kept asking for the longer version of the song. Then it came out, they're like, wait, so you really did Scooby Poop on this? He like, he told y'all niggas the whole song was gonna be like this, and y'all was like, nah, Kanye playing.
Nah,
Kanye wasn't playing. Kanye told y'all how this song was gonna go. But let's get into relationships. So if your kid has a summer job but your man doesn't, child deserves a big piece of chicken. This is a very controversial topic that somebody said a long time ago. But I want to hear your opinions on this. What do you think about it?
If that bitch get that kid that chicken, you leave that bitch that day. She ain't loyal. She ain't faithful.
Well, my thing is this: what have you been doing? Like,
I don't
did
give
you
a fuck
just
what he
lose
been
the
doing.
job?
That's her husband. That's a nigga.
Oh, it's a
No,
husband?
that's not her husband. That's not her
That's her
husband.
nigga. It don't matter.
Your
When
nigga
them
versus
kids
your husband
grown-
is different.
When them kids grown and gone, you don't remember. You ain't give me that big piece of chicken. Bitch, I'ma hold it down. I don't remember that. Make sure I'm
my
an
own
excellent
piece of
help.
chicken.
Well, it's not even that. I have Ling Ling make me a new piece of chicken.
Do you
So
really?
Armstead, you saying it depends on what the guy's doing. You're saying
No, I was asking what was he doing? Like if he was just a bum ass nigga.
No, he's just a
sitting
bum-
in the
he's a-
house
he's just
all
a bum
goddamn
ass
day.
nigga.
Well, I would assume he a
wasn't
bum
trying
ass
to do
nigga.
that.
Why he couldn't
No,
just
I
lost
was
his job?
asking.
Well, no,
I was
I'm
asking.
saying
Even if he is a bum
I'm
ass
saying
nigga,
in
he's
this
still there.
asking.
in this
I
in
was
this
asking.
scenario.
Either way, don't matter.
And then on top of that, is that his son or is that, you know what I'm saying? Like
No, that's their child.
that's their child.
That's their child.
You know what I mean?
Treat
So
that man with
no.
respect.
Yeah, man, you know what I'm saying?
If it is her child, then I feel that would be a little bit
If it
predatory.
is her child, he lived there. That means that's his child.
Should be, but as you said at the beginning of this episode, a lot of niggas not handling business.
You bitch ass niggas.
Straight up.
So if they're married though, I agree with you, Armstead and R. Reed.
Nigga, don't live with these women if you're not married.
I mean, again,
A+.
I agree with you, Armstead.
Don't ever live with these women if you ain't married to them. You may want to live with them a little while to see how it's gonna work.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
you both
you know
need
what?
you both need your own separate fucking places,
Separate spaces.
Yeah, make sure y'all can vibe together for a couple.
And make
weeks
sure
before
you
get
have
married.
majority of pull in that shit. Do not be
Make
no
sure.
50-50.
Make
No
sure
50-50.
you're a man.
You're
You don't have a
man. Why are
choice.
you asking?
You don't have a
No,
choice.
ain't no asking. That's what I'm telling you. As a man, make sure you
Make
have
sure. Why are
majority.
you making sure? This shouldn't even been the
Man,
goddamn
it's not even a question, dog.
Man, man,
you
nowadays,
know, I'm
nowadays,
sexist about
bro,
that.
You know, nowadays now niggas is like, hey,
Look,
man, we
nowadays
just
niggas
don't
wear
do it.
tight jeans. All right, we not going into what niggas doing nowadays.
I know
We
niggas-
telling these niggas all that stuff aside.
Hold on,
man.
yeah. Big chicken.
Big chicken aside, should men have options
Man should always have options.
where they stay or just where they play?
In general, if you the thing most dudes do is get themselves stuck on one chick, and if you're ready for one chick, fine, but you should always have options.
All right, I agree with that. There was a thing where people were talking about, do men need to have options? Like, yeah, everybody deserves to have
Everybody
options.
does.
Like,
Not
you can't
women.
just let your girl have options because then she always gonna hold
Women
it
always
against
have options. They're called friends.
you. I mean, that's true. And women always like to fight that. I don't have options. You a damn lie. Everybody has
There's
options.
some nigga who work with, they go to lunch and they'll just be friends and all that kind of fuck shit. That niggas are not her friend.
Well, no, not even that. You don't have to go that deep. It's some nigga that she worked with who currently got a wife and kids. He'll give anything to have some new pussy because new pussy is better than all others.
I always had that question. Like, how do you feel about your female having male friends?
I'm okay with the woman having male friends just as long
If
as
it's a girl, I don't care. If it's
No.
my wife,
If it's a guy, I'm
my wife, no.
I'm completely okay with you having guy friends.
You cool.
Because I want to make certain that nigga knows that, hey, I'm doing all these things. That way, if he talking sideways about me, I'll know because you'll reflect it through your actions. Through your actions, you'll tell me how your male friends are. Because like all of my girls' male friends, they want to meet me. They're like, oh man, you're such a great guy. You're doing all these wonderful things. Like, we want to hang out. I'm like, first of all, I don't really want to have a real relationship with y'all because
fuck them niggas.
that's a little weird. But at the same time, I do want y'all to respect me. So if y'all hearing nothing but good things from her about me, then I want to keep that train going. I just don't want to be like, all right, let's become friends, because that's when people get into that weird, y'all want to swap? It's like, nah, nigga, I didn't say any of that. I don't want your 3 kids.
Your only friend should be me. You don't need no other friends other than me.
Nah, you need other friends.
No, you don't.
Because I'm gonna have a ton more, and I want to make certain that you okay with your
The
circle.
only friend you ever need is me. I'm your best friend. The rest of these people are associates.
See, that's how you get into that Jim Jones kind of thing where you get one of them crazy girls. We're gonna talk about that in another podcast.
You don't think she had female friends?
Well, no, I want her to have a balance, because if a woman has nothing but female friends, then she get nothing but female energy.
Our only goal is in this world, because she only need her male energy from me. Not
No. She does need some other.
Her dad or her brothers. That's it. I don't need nothing from no other niggas.
No. She needs at least 1 or 2 other older, wiser male models. I'm not saying that she needs to have friends with niggas our age, because niggas our age are stay scheming. Maybe they fit a dad role. Maybe her dad ain't shit.
Uncle.
Maybe her uncle ain't shit. Maybe she don't got no uncles. Maybe
well,
she got aunts.
Shit. Stay away from them.
Nobody chooses whether they got uncles or aunts, all right? That was
shit.
decided way before you ever came into this. But I think men should have options, and I feel part of that is being confident enough. When your girl know that you could take it or leave it because you got that juice, it's a very different kind of energy in the relationship. I mean, yeah, Armstead, I mean, you out here, you moving, you grooving, you keeping your body in check. If your girl, decide to step out of line, she know that you could have another one probably tonight. Maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. You can have one next hour. But that's what she needs to know, because people react different. It's kind of like the same way with the job. Your job can do all these other things, but the moment you got like another job, you notice, your step get a little bit different. How you interact with your supervisor is a little different, especially once you put in that 2-week notice. They be over there like, I need you to do whatever. Really, Frank? You want me to do that? Realize I'm gone in 7 days, right? Oh, yeah. See, what I meant was...
I get right to it. That's what I tell him. I just want to do it. You did it? Oh, shit, I forgot.
Well, that's another thing. Is you can always tell people that I forgot, because what they gonna do? Threaten you with fire? Nigga, I'm gone in a week. The last topic before we get into a really unpopular opinion, which people not gonna like this. Are men a prize, or is that just reserved for women? Now, we saw some stuff on Facebook. The book, the good book, bad book, the side book, slide book, came out with this woman, and she was saying that women are the prize and men are not, because men should be looking for a good woman, as if men have no value themselves.
She's a feminazi, and you shouldn't hear anything she says.
I mean, I feel that she is a feminazi because she's saying that only women have value. Essentially, that's what you're telling me when you're saying women are the prize. I feel like both people are the prize. If you got me, I'm the prize. You
don't want to say it, but men are the prize. Ain't nothing like a good man. You can find a good woman, but ain't nothing like a good man.
I feel like you got to have both. I feel like you got to be a good man who has a good woman.
A good man.
Good man can't change a hoe, but a good woman can change an ain't shit nigga to being slightly less ain't shit. But at the same time, if you fucking somebody who kind of ain't shit, you still shit. So I feel you got to have both parts.
A good man who's older can always find him a good younger woman. A good older woman is not going to always necessarily find her a good younger man.
Depends on if she's willing to get down on the flow.
I mean, of course, there's the rules aren't as stringent as you act like they are, but we just
no, they're not, and you're right.
I believe that
it is. I will say that it's easier for a good older man than a good older woman.
36. Everybody in this room, let's say we're 36, and we all end up
just make it 40. Make it 40.
40. All end up being millionaires. Name a woman on this planet. It's very few of them that you won't have access to.
Yeah.
Now, a woman millionaire. There are a lot of young men who wouldn't talk to her.
Well, a lot of young men wouldn't talk to her because they're gonna assume that she got that money through whatever or some shit like that. Which I feel like that goes to another point that we had.
Y'all gotta think about us probably.
I wouldn't care.
Different.
That's
what I'm saying. But you gotta think about the generation that's out now. You know what I'm saying? I think
niggas don't like old women.
No. Some of them do. It's weird.
Man.
It's weird. Because one kid told me that he would date an older woman as long as she pay all the bills. He's like, I don't have to work. I can play 2K.
He's a bitch ass nigga.
I mean, again, he's a child, so he's a mentor.
Bro.
He gets to be a child forever.
I mean, no, he's not gonna get to be a child forever.
And with her, he will.
Yeah, you're right about that. But I'm saying, like,
why the Rick and Morty start kicking in?
I think men are the prize, women are the goal.
I feel like that's putting the same thing in different ways, but
put it like this, bro. I think it's real easy to find a good girl. I don't think it's that easy for a woman to find a good man. Because
I feel like women act like it's not easy to find a good man. But the women who always say they can't find a good man are the women who are not good women. Because every good woman I know right now currently has a man who either adores her or has a line of niggas who are trying to get with her. Every nigga I know who is a good man, generally speaking, there are women who are pursuing them. I don't know too many people who are good who aren't being pursued, but I know plenty of people who think they're good that are like, where's my Prince Charming? Well, first of all, you're not a princess. So you might want to look for your Duke.
We never really talk about that Queen King shit. Like, bitch, we are not a sovereign nation.
I mean, that whole okay, Kang, okay, Queen. Like, I'm sorry, people. Until you get your own sovereign nation, like, don't ask to be called Queen or King.
It's like certain things, like, I don't get it, man. And why don't y'all call ourselves pharaohs and Pharisees and like stuff like that? Like,
pharaohs and Pharisees. That makes sense.
Y'all got black power shit.
Exactly.
Y'all want to be the white people king?
Nah, they want to be the white people. They want to be the white people.
Well, because we all know black women secretly like want a white man, but they don't know how to act right.
I mean, no. Plenty of them know how to act right for a white man. In fact, a white men are becoming. The thing about it is, white men want some really weird things from black women, and we'll talk about that in another podcast because I have something today that I heard that I got to have our opinion about, but it's already too long. So the last topic, we're going to get to unpopular opinion. So did y'all see that P. Diddy video that came up this week that everybody was talking about on Twitter?
Well,
probably not. So basically what P. Diddy said is, 25% of the time you're going to say, I ain't shit, I'm over here fucking around with these ladies and doing all this other stuff. But 75% of the time you're going to feel like a queen and all this other stuff. And the reason it was brought up is because, Casey, the first light-skinned girl that he was fucking around with, she just got married to some French guy who just adores her and is like, you're the best person and I feel our daughter in your belly and all those other things. And all these women are like, see, this is what we say. You always get better off when you leave a black man. And then they brought up that P. Diddy thing. But it's like,
I think that's so funny.
It's so interesting because it's like, P. Diddy told you up front, 25% of the time, he's not gonna be available. Not necessarily saying he's cheating, although he's probably gonna be cheating like 10 to 15%. But what he said that was more important was he said 75% of the time you're gonna feel like a queen. And I feel like some of y'all right now get niggas who give you the feeling of being somewhat like treated well 25% of the time. This will be an upgrade for you.
Man, them bitches is just negative, bro. I keep telling y'all, like, it's not that. They're like, well, we against ourselves, black people. Like, no. Black women are against black men. White women, y'all are on their side. It's everybody versus us. And I'm going to keep saying it till cows come home. You're always go on the internet, and they always got something negative to say about a black man. How many white women got something negative to say about a white man?
Crickets.
Because you do not like us, and that's fine. We don't need you.
The Harvey Weinstein thing, I think, is kind of what shows us in real time. Because when Bill Cosby and R. Kelly and latest Cuban Gooding Jr., even though the video for Cuban Gooding Jr. came out, and I know his lawyer, I know his lawyer is going to definitely handle that. Yeah, she's going to get crushed in a defamation suit because you literally were chasing this man. He literally had to sit his wife on his lap to get you to kind of move away from him. Like, how hard is it that you got to literally move your girl on top of you to get another woman off your back? And also, his girl, you're not loyal. Because if you saw another chick coming after your man, you should have slapped that chick. You should slap the fuck out of her and be like, what the fuck you doing? Kind of like I saw this one video of this black guy. Now, this is true black love. This black guy, he was dancing. He would mind his own goddamn business. He was getting jiggy with it. What happens? Some other black girl comes up on her little camera trying to be impressive. I'm about to go steal this girl's man. She comes up trying to dance on him. He's like, no, like keeps like moving away. Black woman comes over there like, bitch, what the fuck you think this is? That girl got the fuck out of there. Why? Because that black woman's like, nah, that's my king. And also, that black guy, smart, didn't touch her at all. But that's a black couple right there. He got her back. She got his back.
Hey, quick question. You at a club. Your girl dancing. You just sitting right there chilling because she don't dance, right?
Is she dancing on you or is she just in front of you?
No, she's
in front of you dancing.
Yeah, she just dancing at the club.
When a nigga come and jump behind her, what you gonna do?
Depend on her reaction.
Yeah.
If she over there start grinding and just start getting dirty with it,
I'll leave that bitch there.
Exactly. But if she over there like starts like inching away and that guy keeps coming over there, then you stand up, break a bottle, and be like, "Look, nigga, what we doing?"
Yeah,
it's too loud in the club.
See, that's the first thing when I'm doing. I'm just gonna walk up and I'm just gonna grab her and I'm gonna take his place. Just to bogart because I can do that.
True. It's definitely good with community police itself.
And now this police niggas were taking care of their damn kids. And matter of fact, bro, I'm just putting it on you, Father's Day. Find you a better woman.
Yeah.
Just because she fine and whatever.
Woman reflect on you, dog. How
she might just be a good fuck, bro. That's it.
Might be.
Yeah, and don't get her pregnant. It's not that hard.
Don't get her pregnant.
Contrary to popular belief.
Use a condom or pull out.
I mean, even pull out. If you're gonna pull out, you better. She got to use spermicide. If you don't want no
child by her, both.
If
spermicide,
add spermicide, make it 3.
Yeah, bro. Like, be that diligent. Cause
make sure she take her stuff.
That kid gonna.
You can't depend on her to take her stuff. Make sure that either A, she got the shot, or B, she got the new variant.
Got enough money.
True. True. Once you have enough money, man, they gonna talk all kind of stuff. You need paperwork. You need stuff that's current. You need to see that there's no remove. You might even need to talk to her doctor.
Happy Father's Day, ladies and gentlemen.
But happy Father's Day to all the great fathers out there.
Happy
There's a
Father's
lot
Day.
of y'all, and we just don't talk about y'all
Not
enough.
including studs. Y'all don't count.
Well, no, that's the thing. Other thing that Jamel Hill said that I was 100% for. She was like, look, Happy Father's Day is not Happy Father's Lesbian Day, all right? This is for fathers. If y'all want to invent a day.
Crazy. That lesbian, I'm sorry. That lady Jamel Hill said that?
Yeah, she said it. She
Black
said
feminist, you know.
Being a black feminist doesn't mean that you don't have certain things that you consider to be unalienable true. And we need to stop these whole gender wars on Father's Day because we're going to do this shit on Mother's Day.
You saw that card.
I mean, so we're going to end on that. Happy Father's Day, black men. To all the other fathers, I guess happy Father's Day to you too. I mean, Latinos, Asians, we cool.
Stepdads too.
Africans, we cool.
Stepdads too.
White
Father's
people.
Day.
Oh yeah, oh definitely stepdads. Stepdads are the hardest working niggas out there.
Y'all niggas suckers.
Who? Who?
Shut your ass.
Shut your ass up, you hateful
Y'all
ass
niggas
nigga.
suckers, man.
You
If
hateful
you
ass
ain't got
nigga.
no kids yourself and you jump in there with somebody else's kids, you a sucker.
Maybe he
Look,
doesn't
I'm
want
already
to
saying
have
no, we
kids.
not like I'm a stepdad now, but no.
Nah,
no.
y'all niggas suckers.
I was a
bro.
stepdad
Nah.
one
You was a
time
sucker.
in my life, okay?
Hey, you
Not
was a sucker. You ain't had no kids your goddamn self. There's
Maybe
no
he didn't
rea-
want to have kids.
There's no reason in the world that you should jump into a situation with kids if you ain't make them.
Oh, all right. Then I'm gonna end this on
So would that
demolishing
still
your
make
argument.
you a sucker?
No.
If you have a child and then you get with a woman who has a child, would
You have a child
are you-
already, so
But
it's
you still dating somebody with somebody else with a
But
child.
you have a child,
But
so that's
but you
different.
still how is that?
But you
different?
probably more
Because
like,
you have a child.
But they have their own child.
Ari,
though,
the
but
thing
you still
about it
take care of
though
that child.
that you're not getting into it is more than likely if you have a child, your child will be around the house, but it's not gonna be around the house like that. Your woman's child, gonna be there 80, probably 95% of the time.
So that would still
Your
make you a
child
sucker
gonna be
too,
there
right?
maybe 15, maybe 20% of the time. So
Hey, your child still got to come around though.
no, I'm not saying
So
your
you
child.
have to, what I'm saying is she has to accept your child like you have to accept her child. Or if you coming into the
No, she
situation-
doesn't have to because her child gonna be around here eating
that
the big
depends
piece
on
of chicken
situation.
most of the time.
That motherfucker ain't gonna eat my damn shit.
I'm fucking with you. I'm
that
fucking with you.
motherfucker.
But I'm just saying that child gonna be eating the fruits of your labor oftentimes more than your child is. But at the same time, if you are a good man who is providing a great kind of leadership role for this child, I think that matters more for black communities than anything else. At the same time, I mean, if you a white guy and you decide to do it, you probably a sucker. But in the black
I guess
community,
I see where you're coming from with
Exactly.
that. Because these niggas ain't there. A lot of them. It's
Lot
not
of 'em
as many shy niggas act like it because these baby mamas deserve the blame too.
no. Everybody who was laying down when that baby was made deserves some blame, unless somebody
Yeah.
was raped.
Everyone.
Unless
That's
we,
the
you know,
only- that's the only
one thing
curse.
black people do. We don't never blame women for half this shit.
No. We do blame.
We
We
will.
put the blame.
We'll
we
do
put
it
the
for
blame.
y'all.
We may not always agree on how much percentage of the blame. We put the blame with everybody who was laying down when that child was made.
Yeah.
The only person who
Because,
doesn't get any
you
blame.
know, my body, my choice. My dick was your body in your body by your choice. So
I mean, that's true. But anyway, this is gonna be it. Follow us on Instagram at Everyday Black Man. Follow us on Twitter at EVYD Black Men, and at the Everyday Black Men Facebook page. Website coming soon.